Hey guys, I'm going to try something a little bit different today. This is round two of trying to film this, but I think we're going to be good this time. I have pulled some cards for you here, and there is right off the bat, it looks like there's a decision that needs to be made. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Chariot card. This card in the tarot, this is a major arcana card that's associated with the sign of Cancer, which is a cardinal water sign. And so there's a big emphasis on choosing direction in this story in the tarot. The Chariot has just come out of the burning city, and they are taking a pause before they move to their next location. So within that pause, there's a lot of intentionality and directionality. And there is definitely an emphasis on the pause, but it is also very much an emphasis on picking a direction. So that is really, really important for somebody. There is over here, this is like a typical collective energy thing that comes up all the time. Indecision and decision fatigue. Seven of Cups. It came out reversed though, and so typically, while the seven of Cups does represent some kind of decision fatigue or inability to make a decision, this reversal actually represents the opposite of that. So something may be clearing up for you, or if you're not given a direct answer outside yourself, you may be coming to understand that what you're actually looking for is internal to you. The Ace of Emotions is about a seed, a new beginning, when it comes to your emotional fulfillment, your ability to connect with your emotions and or your intuition. So what might be happening here is you might be connecting more deeply with your inner sense of directionality and allowing that to pull you forward rather than looking for an external source of directionality for yourself. And just like pause here, just like the Chariot, okay, because this is a really big deal. There is so much in the world around us that is intended to distract us from this right here. So the fact that this combo has shown up in your reading today, I'm really liking it. I think that's super big for you. One of the questions that you might have as you are choosing a direction and moving forward is something related to what if I'm too much? What if this is too big? What if they don't like me? What if I, can't take myself seriously? What if others react in a certain way? And as long as you are truly connecting with something inside of yourself, what I want to say is, basically this take up space. Here's one thing that I do an attempt to model sometimes is the willingness to take up space. One of the other things that we've been programmed with is to keep ourselves small, to not speak up, to not speak out, to not do what it is we know needs to be done, to wait for others to do it. This is the Emperor card in the tarot right here, the four. And something about that Emperor energy is really connected to inner child healing. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. The Emperor is about like looking out over what is yours and what is within your reach and any subjects you may have, human or non-human, and determining what is mine to do, what is within my power, and doing it, and then receiving the benefits of that positive cycle of generative action that will fuel you to continue to do the things that you believe should be done, to be the change that you want to see in the world. So I'll just read these things on the card. It says, take up space. Being liked is never as important as being authentic, and nature doesn't shrink itself. Why should you? So the word authentic, sometimes I have a few problems with, and that is just because of how it is capitalized on. Like, the idea of authenticity is something that has been corporatized, commodified, capitalized on. But as long as you know you and you're doing you, you're good. So you don't have to worry about that. I just want to point that out. Also, this idea of being liked is never as important as being authentic. I really, really like that, because for a lot of us, part of the program is looking for external validation, looking for other people to see us and reflect back to us that we are legitimate or we are valid. And that happens really as soon as you do that for yourself. Like, that will appear externally. You have to do it internally first. And that's part of the Emperor. The Emperor is reclaiming agency both over his external domain, but his internal one as well. And that's equally as important. And some would say that that comes first. Now, I believe you kind of go back and forth, where it goes in cycles or spirals. Whichever way you feel is best to step into a new layer of that is what is calling for your attention and your action right now. Okay, thank you for that message. That was beautiful. That didn't all come from me. Some of that was me. I'm gonna hit the Starseed Oracle. Every time I say Starseed Oracle, I don't think I'm internally rolling my eyes anymore. But some of the Starseed stuff is like so psyop-y. I'll just leave it at that. But I love this deck. It's very grounding and has a lot of helpful information. So we will take this as some integration advice for moving forward. You have Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Okay, bars. Because the authenticity of taking up space, when you allow yourself to do that, and it doesn't even have to be a big thing. Maybe connect with a friend or go out there and meet somebody new. It could be a big thing, like attending a group meeting for the first time or breaking into a new circle of community, but it could be reconnecting with somebody from your past in a new way. It could be just putting your stuff out there and expressing it. And it's possible that this isn't a direct one-on-one communication. But the point is, it's not really about the words. It's about the feeling behind the words or the energy behind the words. And frequency of sound, that's another thing. Like, your voice is very powerful. Everyone's voice is very powerful. And we've talked quite a bit about programming in this video, but one of the things is that is part of why those programs were set into place, because your voice is so powerful. You do have the ability to shift the paradigm, or I should say shift the field, especially within your bioregion, your immediate local area. You'll see the most immediate results with this. But if that is something that is not accessible to you, you can do this through the internet. I think both are effective ways to do this, but experimenting with sharing your voice unedited and see where that takes you. Because yes, you will receive feedback. You're opening yourself up for that. But something that is very interesting is it is possible that you get to know yourself better through the feedback that others have to share with you and through what happens as an effect of you sharing your voice out there into the world. The second piece of advice is empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Okay, so it's cool that I mean, I'm getting thrown many heavy topics in this reading, and I'm here for it. We're gonna go there. A lot of people who identify as an empath do so in a somewhat victim mentality, where they're sort of like, and this is just a phase that you go through. So it's not saying like, oh, you're stuck in this or anything like that. But if you have the thing where you're like, I can't go into public because I absorb too much energy, that just means you need to work on your energetic boundaries. And there are lots of ways of doing that. I think I'm going to cut this reading off right here because River would like some attention. But look into your energetic boundaries if you find yourself being swept away by other people's energy when you're in public spaces. That will do a world of difference for you. And like the truth is that your voice and your light is very much needed in this world. And I'm saying needed in the sense of if what you want is to see things changing, see paradigms changing, and being a part of a world that actually works for everyone. So I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for coming and visiting and spending time. And see you again soon. Bye.